Welcome back, friends. Thanks for being here. Buckle up and subscribe because it's going to be fun. So you know how I always say it couldn't be that easy? It's not rocket science. You just put some chips in and it's couldn't be that easy. It's not going to work. Well, this is machine number 5, and for machine number 5, it was that easy. Pulled this one out of the box, and all of the chips were missing, including the SID and the PLA and the VIC chip, and I put them in and turned it on, and it works. Let's get into it. So this is a pretty good machine. Opened up the case and I was presented with a motherboard full of sockets and missing chips. So we need to drop in the CIAs, the 3 ROMs, the processor, the SID chip, the PLA, and the VIC. I'm going to clean these 2 up and put some sockets in there, and then these pins are all out of whack. I'll get those straightened out. When I went to unscrew the motherboard from the case, all the screws just spun. So this is neat. All the screws are still in the board and all the feet are broken off on the bottom. So we'll get that fixed in another video, but for now let's get at cleaning up these 2 and putting some sockets in. Alright, just a little bit of dirt on those sockets, and by dirt I mean worn out old ugly solder. So we got that taken care of, and now these should slide in nice and neat. Nope, it's going to be a little bit of a pain, but that's okay. I didn't get all of the solder out of this little socket hole right here, but we can make that work. Alright, so that pins that socket in place. Let's get the other one pinned in place. That one slides in nice and neat. One corner pinned, and then another corner pinned. Alright. Alright, let's take a look at that. Good, nice and flush. Alright, let's get some chips in there. 6567R8, one of the better looking VIC chips out there. This is 34th week of 83. This is a PLA 15th week of 84. This is a SwinSID Nano, which is a SID replacement. I figured I'd play out with one of these since I'm missing a couple of SIDs instead of buying some of the more expensive ones. It's a drop-in replacement. Some people say it sounds a little bit different. We shall see. 6510 is 22nd week of 84. This is the kernel. This one's got an AMD label on it. Those were 16th week of 84 and 11th week of 84. And then CIAs are the 30th week of 86, both of them. Had to order these as spares off of eBay, so there'll be some links in the description to some of the eBay sellers that I use to get some of these. Straighten that one pin out. Alright, all the chips are in, and these are all pretty much unknown. Let's go ahead and get the other camera set up and turn her on for the first time and see what happens. Alright, the other camera is set up. Let's get video plugged in. Let's get power plugged in. And it came right on. The switch was already in the on position, and it works. Well, this is going to be a pretty short video. Let's shove the dead test cartridge in it and see what we can come up with the dead test cartridge. And that's the other ROM on that chip. Let's get back to the one we're a little more familiar with. So this SwinSID chip, when you boot it up, makes a chime like the Macintosh does. Okay, so I am not hearing anything out of the ordinary. All the tests that I have the ability to have pass have passed, and just so you don't think I'm teasing you too much, I will switch back to the other ROM and start it up. And there you go, running through test version 2. I don't have a whole lot of experience using this one. I've always used the other one. Doesn't really seem to be much of a reason to pick one or the other. The keyboard's reporting bad because the keyboard's not installed. The cassette, the serial bus is the disk port, and the user port are all reporting bad because there's nothing plugged into them. Obviously the joystick and the paddles aren't working because they don't exist. So it does the thing. Pick one that you like, stick with it, get results. That's winning. So this machine appears to be working. What I will do is I will plug in my trusty SD2 IEC and get something loaded up. Another wonderful thing that you can get off of eBay. Take an SD card and load it full of your favorite software, and then it plugs into the cassette port to grab power, and it plugs into the disk drive port and acts like a disk drive. And in order to use that, you need a keyboard. So like I said, let's get those keyboard pins straightened out so we can get a keyboard plugged in. And this just requires a little bit of care and patience. Nothing spectacular about bending these pins back into shape. I try to grab as much of the pin as I can instead of trying to lever it over or anything like that, but nothing special. Plug the keyboard LED in. The keyboard connector itself is keyed, so you can only put it on one way. And this is the keyboard that came with this machine, so we'll get to see how well it works. Probably needs a good cleaning. Okay, so keyboard's plugged in, and already we're missing a couple of keys. I don't think those are keys that we need to get the job done right now, so we'll keep on moving without it. Get the power plug back in. LED light comes on, and we have screen. Hey, the keyboard works better than it looks. Load FB64, which is the software built into the SD card in order to, well, not built in, it's the software installed on the SD card in order to present a little bit of a menu. Searching for FB64, loading. So a lot of times if you run this, you'll see PETSCII characters on the screen. If you just toggle upper lowercase, you'll be able to see upper and lowercase instead of PETSCII characters. Sort to sort it by letter, and let's see. The Great Gianna Sisters. Looks like somebody's already made an attempt to repair this key once. And that's the crack intro screen. Let's see if we can get into the game. I think the sound out of this end is passable. I'm going to go play some Gianna Sisters for a while. And I wanted to thank you guys for watching. This machine was fairly easy to do, and we will see you in the next one. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fancy YouTube stuff down at the bottom. If you like what I did, thumbs up. If you don't like what I did, thumbs down. Try and mess with the Googles. See if we can get them in a frenzy, because they really care. And like I said, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again.